说中文。
Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hi, this is Chinese Pod, an elementary lesson. I'm John.
你好，我是迪露。
And today we have a topic which is very Chinese, right?
Very Chinese. I believe you guys have that as well.
But I think it's very Chinese.
All right, we'll leave that for parties to judge. The key word here for today is 年会. 年会.
So 年会 literally means what? Year party?
Annual party.
Year meeting?
Yes, it's a year meeting, yes.
Okay, so you could translate that as annual party. In China, the 年会 usually comes right before Chinese New Year.
Yeah, it's more like a end of the year dinner in a lot of companies.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to hear some coworkers discussing the 年会. Here we go.
对话第一遍，
公司有年会吗？
有，
几号？
25号。
这么晚，我不能参加了。
为什么？
我要回老家，24号走。
可以晚点走吗？
我机票已经订好了。
第二遍，
公司有年会吗？
有，
几号
25号。
这么晚，我不能参加了。
为什么？
我要回老家，24号走。
可以晚点走吗？
我机票已经订好了。
第三遍，
公司有年会吗？
有，
几号
25号。
这么晚，我不能参加了。
为什么？
我要回老家，24号走。
可以晚点走吗？
我机票已经订好了。
And now the translation.
公司有年会吗？
Will the company have an annual party?
公司有年会吗？
Does the company have an end-of-the-year party?
公司有年会吗？有，
Yes?
有，
Yeah?
有。几号？
What date?
几号？
What's the date?
几号？25号。
The 25th.
25号。
The 25th.
25号。这么晚，我不能参加了。
So late, I won't be able to participate.
这么晚，我不能参加了。
So late, I can't take part in it.
这么晚，我不能参加了。为什么？
Why?
为什么？
Why not?
为什么？我要回老家，24号走。
I'm going home. I leave on the 24th.
我要回老家，24号走。
I'm going back to my hometown. I have to leave on the 24th.
我要回老家，24号走。可以晚点儿走吗？
Could you leave a bit later?
可以晚点儿走吗？
Could you go a bit later?
可以晚点儿走吗？我机票已经订好了。
No, my ticket is already booked.
我机票已经订好了。
My plane ticket is already booked.
我机票已经订好了。
All right, so evidently not everyone gets to enjoy the 年会.
What a pity.
All right, so 年会, again, the tones are...
Second and fourth. 年会，年会。
All right, and then how do you ask what's the date?
几号？几号？
Okay, that just means what day of the month, right?
Right, so I guess they're just assuming in the months before the new year.
So it's probably January, right?
Sometimes it's different. Can be in February.
Okay. But if we wanted to ask specifically what month and what day, then we would say...
几月几号？几月几号？
Okay, got it. And remember, 几 is third tone.
That's right. Go down and up. 几
Yeah, especially down, go low. 几. And then and then the how, what tone is that?
that is fourth tone. 号几号几号
Okay, so 25号 is the 25th. And what's the reaction to that?
这么晚我不能参加了我不能参加了
Okay, so first, 这么晚. 晚, third tone means late, right?
Right. 这么 Fourth and neutral means so.
Like so late.
So late, yes.
Like the 25th is late.
对 And he says 我不能参加了我不能参加了
So 不能 means can't, right?
Fourth tone and second tone 不能
And then 参加 means to participate in something, to take part in something. What are the tones there?
Two first tones 参加参加
And then at the end we have
了 A particle 了 means the change of state.
Okay, so this la is kind of annoying. You always want to know why is there a la, why isn't there a la?
So John, why there's a la here?
Well, this la at the end of the sentence usually indicates a change of state.
But what had changed? He didn't even know that there's a annual party.
Right, so it does seem kind of weird, but the idea is he thought he was going to be participating because he thought the date was going to be earlier. And now he realizes that actually he cannot participate in it.
Now here comes the change.
So that was the change in his mind. So how do we say that again?
我不能参加了我不能参加了
So now that I know the date, I have to inform you that I can no longer participate in it. Okay, so this word 参加, we often in English just say go to a party. But in Chinese, you like to say,
Join a party, participate in a party.
you like to use 参加, right?
That's right, 参加 party.
Also weddings, right?
Yes, 参加 wedding, 参加年会 Yeah,
Okay, 参加. So just to clue you in a bit, especially for big official events in Chinese, the word 参加 is quite normal.
that's right. And he says the reason is 我要回老家24号走
Welcome back to another installment of Chinese Pod Trivia. And the question for you is, for what test does Chinese Pod offer preparation services for? Is it A, the polygraph, B, the colonoscopy, C, the HSK test, or D, the CAT scan?
The CAT scan?
Ooh, sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the HSK test. That's right, Chinese Pod will thoroughly prepare you to pass this rigorous test of proficiency in Chinese. ChinesePod.com/HSK.
So 老家, third tone, first tone means old home, his hometown.
That's right. Literally, it does mean old house, old home, but most of the time it refers to your hometown.
And then the verb that we use with that is,
回 H-U-I, second tone.
so go back to my hometown.
对，回老家回老家
Okay, now I have to ask. He says, 我要回老家. So this 要 is I want to, I have to, I will.
I would say a little bit for all what you have mentioned.
Okay, so I have to go back. I want to go back.
I am going to go back.
And I'm going back.
对
Okay, so in Chinese, a lot of times these meanings are not totally distinct. Okay, so he's leaving. What does he say?
24号走24号走
Okay, so I leave on the 24th. And the word leave is third tone.
You're right. Z-O-U, third tone. 走 走
And you put the date you're leaving first, and then you say 走, right?
对24号走24号走
Okay, and this female coworker hopes that he can leave a bit later, right? What does she say?
可以晚点儿走吗可以晚点儿走吗
All right, so the thing we have to talk about here is what exactly is 晚点儿? So 点儿, third tone, that means a bit.
对晚点儿走 just means go a bit later.
So it needs to come before the verb 走, right?
对晚点儿走晚点走
Okay, so if 晚 means late, then I imagine we could replace that with 早, meaning early.
That's right. 早点走早点走
Okay, and here they're talking about the date being later or earlier, but you could also refer to the time of day, right?
Exactly.
So I need to leave the party a little bit early. You could say
早点走
All right, and just in case you haven't picked up on it, Dilu is sometimes saying diar and sometimes saying dian. You're going to hear both.
Well, that's right. Southerners, they don't like to add this r afterwards. So sometimes you may hear 晚点,早点. However, in the north, people may say 早点儿,晚点儿.
Okay, so you'll hear both.
对, but he can't leave later, right?
Okay, so why can he not leave a bit later?
我机票已经订好了。我机票已经订好了。
So I and then plane ticket, right?
That means my plane ticket.
Okay. So the word for plane ticket,
机票, 机票, first tone and fourth tone.
okay, my plane ticket, what then?
已经订好了。已经订好了。
Okay, so first of all, 已经 is third tone, first tone. It means already. And most of the time when you hear 已经, you're going to have a l come up after a verb or something.
对，已经 blah 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 了。
Okay, so we do have the 已经 and the l, and what's in the middle here?
订好，订好。
So 定, fourth tone, what does that mean?
It means booked.
I like to book it, to buy it online, or...
对, actually, it is of action, you know. However, here we have 订好. Instead of doing this action, we already have the result.
So he booked it, he's got a ticket, everything is all set.
对，订好，订好。
Okay, but anytime you say that it's all set, you're usually going to have a l involved, which is why we have this whole phrase, it is already booked.
我机票已经订好了。我机票已经订好了。
All right, and this whole sentence is pretty useful if you ever get plane tickets to go anywhere, so learn the whole thing.
All right, that's pretty enough for the explanation. Let's listen to the dialogue 3 more times and then talk more.
对话第一遍，
公司有年会吗？
有，
几号？
25号。
这么晚，我不能参加了。
为什么？
我要回老家，24号走。
可以晚点走吗？
我机票已经订好了。
第二遍，
公司有年会吗？
有，
几号
？25号。
这么晚，我不能参加了。
为什么？
我要回老家，24号走。
可以晚点走吗？
我机票已经订好了。
第三遍，
公司有年会吗？
有，
几号
25号。
这么晚，我不能参加了。
为什么？
我要回老家，24号走。
可以晚点走吗？
我机票已经订好了。
So Dilu, there's a little bit of discussion here in the office about whether a 年会 is more like an end of the year party or it's more like a dinner. And the reason there's a discussion is what? Why can't we distinguish between a party and a dinner?
Well, because there are different sizes of companies here. You know, big companies, they usually host a huge party at the end of the year. There are like performance you can, you can watch. There are like food you can eat there. And then there are like speeches from the management.
And they also give out prizes, right? Like raffle drawings and stuff.
You get a prize on the stage and maybe you have to make a speech as well.
Wow.
However, for those like small companies, it's more like having the coworkers get together and have a meal. And that's pretty much about it.
So it might just be a dinner.
对.
It depends on the company and especially on the size of the company.
对. But that is mostly about the Chinese annual party thing.
So it is a Chinese thing.
But you guys have annual party as well, right?
I think in the West, it's really common for companies to have Christmas parties. But in this one, it's like the end of the year thing, right?
Yes. Christmas is at the end of the year as well.
Yeah, but we're celebrating Christmas, not the end of the year.
So do you have to do speeches,
I guess it depends on the party, but a lot of Christmas parties are just like eating, drinking, and being merry.
What? Sounds cool.
Yeah, Christmas parties are fun. But I also want to ask you, so in this dialogue, this guy, he can't make it to the Nianhui. So is that like a big problem? Is he going to get in trouble? Or like, is he letting down the company or whatever?
I don't think it's such a big deal. I know some companies, they kind of force people to go to that annual party thing. And then you have to prepare for, some kind of performance.
Oh, so it's the staff performing, not like some...
No, you think the company's going to hire someone and just perform for you?
Why not? Big rich
It costs
companies.
money. But I know some state-owned companies, they just put their staff in a 5-star hotel and...
Spend a lot of money.
Yes.
Okay.
But it all depends on what kind of company you work for.
All right, and if you have any of this experience, like participating in a, 参加年会 in China, we'd love to hear from you on ChinesePod.com.
All right, share your story and we'll see you next time.
再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
2099.
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/2099 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/2099.